Boom, back with another video. Guys, this is an autism definition and 3 ways that you can understand it. Let's get into it. So, what is going on, people? Welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD, and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos on these subjects every single week. So if you want to learn more, remember to hit the subscribe button by clicking the notification bell down below. And if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to give this page a follow. If you're watching on Instagram, be sure to follow this account for more awesome autism content daily. Let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to the Aspie world, where we think differently daily. What is going on, different thinkers. Lovely to have you here. You guys are amazing. And if you haven't already, go give me a cheeky follow on Instagram and Twitter, because I love you. And also, if you want a free copy of my Autism Life Hacks PDF book, you can do at autismhacks.net. Oh yes, that's right, autismhacks.net. Download it now for free from me to you. Look at that, it rhymed. I didn't even try. Anyway, let's go on with it. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, so I wanted to do a video on the definition of autism, or autism definition, or defining autism, because a lot of people come to my channel, come to my videos, and they're looking for research purposes. They're looking to understand autism, and maybe it'd be a really cool, video to start a conversation, a discussion type of thing, where we could just start talking openly about different types of stuff, I guess. But anyway, this is a cool video, so I wanted to put down 3 ways that you can kind of really understand what autism is all about. And this is kind of learning that understanding of that definition of it. So let's, without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so number 1 is socializing difficulties, right? So autism can be defined in a person who finds it difficult to socialize in neurotypical situations. You know, socializing impacts pretty much all of our life, because every time you do anything in life, you're socializing, whether it's talking to your banker or your boss in work, or at the grocery store when you're trying to buy food and stuff. Everybody you talk to, that's a form of social communication, and now we're surrounded by an abundance of it through social media. But in terms of face-to-face socializing, there are loads of unwritten rules and loads of things that reading between the lines that we pick up, understanding other people's emotions or intentions, understanding when someone's upset or when they want you to back off or stop talking or whatever. All of these concepts are really difficult, and autistic people have a struggle trying to understand these concepts and really adapt them and take them on board and use those in a daily life approach. And that really, in essence, is one of the main things in autism that presents itself, poor communication skills, because that you don't know what to do. You're trying your best in that social situation, and it just tanks. I'm not saying that it's the only thing, but it's one of the main ones. But also, it can be improved upon. Things, the thing about it is that, practice makes progress, and if you're practicing something, you're progressing, and you're always progressing. And people who are on the autism spectrum always practice socializing and are always progressing, because people on the autism spectrum, they want to have friends, they want to hang out with people. It's not just this thing that it's not the autism that defines who you are. It's you as a person that defines who you are. So I just wanted to put that one in there in case you're autistic and you're watching this. Hey, I love you. Hit me up. So number 2 is language and speech communication issues. So as autism on its core is a communication issue, then autistic people may have difficulty with their types of communication. They may be non-verbal in some cases. People with high support needs on the autism spectrum could be non-verbal. A good friend of mine, Asa, his kid Abby, she's non-verbal, and they're a lovely family, and I've met them and hung out with them a couple of times in LA when we were at VidCon, and they have a channel called Fathering Autism, so definitely check them out if you want to check out their channel. But they vlog every day and stuff, and they're really nice. But that's an example how Abby has a diagnosis of autism, but she's non-verbal, and then I have a diagnosis of autism, but I do have verbal ability. So it's really interesting to know that there are different levels of communication difficulties for different levels on the autism spectrum, but in essence, language and speech, they could have a stutter, a stammer, speech impediment, all kinds of things. Not learning how to appropriately have a volume or a tone when talking, all types of actual speech and communication and language can be disrupted because of an autism spectrum disorder. So it's a very interesting point, but it's one of the most valuable ones to really understand, because that's really in essence how autism kind of is understood when you think, well, it's communication, and communicating in any sense, if it's in socializing, if it's in text messaging, it's all to do with language and these barriers of how you express your communication flow. And these are always destructive with people on the autism spectrum. But people on the autism spectrum try their dangest, and they're amazing at doing it, and I just salute them. Okay, we have ways around. We use iPads, we use like written things, we've got like you know, PECs and Macintosh. We've got loads of ways, and it's amazing. So yeah, just big salute there for the autism fam, you know, in the house. You guys are amazing. I absolutely love you. Okay, so the third one I'm talking about is executive function issues, right? So because of the way that the brain communicates function and ability from like the sensory world, because all the world is sensory input, right? Well, these signs and signals of input can cause movement in autistic people where like they may have issues following tasks, like they may have issues knowing how to turn a dishwasher on, may have issues learning how to cook their food, they have issues in trying to just organize their life with you know, with executive function and all types of functionability within a daily living scenario, like using the toilet, knowing when to take a shower, knowing when to brush their teeth, knowing when to cook meals, knowing when to drink water. I actually have this with me all the time to remind me to drink water, otherwise I would forget. And Naomi, my girlfriend, she's on me all the time. She's like, dude, you need to drink more water. I'm like, oh shoot, yeah. And we're eating dinner or something, and she's like, Dan, you literally haven't drunk, so like drink up. And I'm like, okay. But anyway, executive function issues do impact people on the autism spectrum a lot, and because of that, it helps you know, it helps define what autism is, because those functions, the help in those areas is definitely where autistic people are vulnerable in those areas, like the speech and language, the socializing difficulties, the executive function. These areas of vulnerability are where autistic people need more help. But this is typically the definition of how to define what autism really is. If you think this video is helpful and insightful, please share it on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I read every single one. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.